Stephanie, what is the proper way to copyright your music from a lyrical standpoint and an instrumental standpoint? What are the proper steps to take?
Okay, so via copyright law, like I said earlier, copyright is created immediately. As soon as you transcribe it, whether you record it or whatever, it's done immediately. But when you're talking about actual legal protections, the Copyright Office only considers a song when it's the lyrics plus the music. But if you've only created one, let's say you've only created lyrics, right now you got it as a poem. So you can copyright that as a poem by itself and be fine, right? If you created instrumentals, you can copyright that music by itself. But when you're talking about an actual song, you have to have a component of the two things to actually make it that, because that's what they consider essentially making a song. The composition is those two elements. So you want to copyright them through the copyright.gov office. They have applications. You can do it published or unpublished. Unpublished essentially is when you're saying, hey, I created this work and I just want to make sure in the event it ever gets out to somebody else that there's evidence that I owned it, even if it never made it out to the world. Because unpublished means you never put it out there for public consumption. It never made it into, to consumerism, right? Versus if it is published, what you're telling the Copyright Office is on July 1st, 2023, I published this song and it is out there on YouTube and Spotify and places like that for people to hear. So it, of course, brings more visibility. The more visibility it has, the more likely it could potentially be infringed upon. So that's the difference between published and unpublished. So if you have stuff you just want to protect that you haven't put out there yet, you can do it on a copyright application for unpublished works. And then once it is published, you do have to go back and file it again. But some people have like huge archives, and so they want to just protect that stuff off of just GP, and that's the way to do it on the unpublished application.